What is up, YouTube? This is Michael from Groundbreaking Gear, and today we have the Hak5 Field Kit, a handful of penetration utilities and tools to hack into pretty much anything. And we also have the Everywhere Zero Grid. So we're going to combine the two and we'll have a total field kit. This thing is going to be awesome. Alright, let's get into it.
Are you scared?
So up first we have the Everywhere Zero Grid. So this thing is a nice little case. Really nice zippers. Has a handful of what they call zero grids. So this is a handful of elastic bands that will pretty much take on any wires, equipment, anything that you can throw inside, and it will just lock it into place. It has a sleeve on the front side and a sleeve on the back side with two, tons of zero grid elastics. And then it has a small pouch in the middle, and it's, you could fit a good amount of stuff in there. We're actually going to use this to hold our Hak5 tech. So, without further ado, let's break into the penetration testing tools. So, Hak5, awesome hack site. They make a handful of these products, and we're going to get into that stuff right now. So, what we have here is, all right, empty the bag out. A couple of stickers, cool. Instructions on the exclusive pen tester gear. It's pretty much everything that we have. So we purchased here the Wi-Fi Pineapple Nano, and we'll get into that in a second. We have the USB Rubber Ducky. We have the LAN Turtle, and we also have the newest of the hack tools, the Bash Bunny. All right, so let's talk about these one at a time here.
The first Wi-Fi Pineapples were built on routers and access points.
But it's neither, and it's not a client device or monitor radio. It's all these things and so much more.
And it's grown so much since its humble beginnings.
From Karma on the phone to the PineAP suite and an entire ecosystem of software and hardware.
We looked at the ways that people were using the Mark V and thought, what if we could completely re-envision the entire Wi-Fi Pineapple experience?
So we did. We set out to make the Wi-Fi Pineapple that goes with you and integrates with your pen test workflow.
We made it smaller, nearly a third the size, and higher throughput with exceptional components all around. We made no compromise on what's inside and completely reinvented the way it's used.
The new modern interface is intuitive with a straightforward design. One tap and it does exactly what you expect. And it works seamlessly with the devices you already have.
We think the new Wi-Fi Pineapple is essential in any pen tester's arsenal. That's why we're excited to announce the new Wi-Fi Pineapple Nano.
Okay, so up first on the Hak5 tech is the Wi-Fi Pineapple. So this is the Wi-Fi Pineapple Nano. We have dual discrete integrated antennas. We have the Ethernet over USB power connector, micro USB or micro SD card storage expansion slot, USB 2.0 device host port, standard RP SMA antenna ports, a multifunctioning LED indicator, configurable reset button, and the Pineapple software itself. So let's take a look at this bad boy. So they give you a little card inside. They pretty much go through what's on the inside, the Pineapple Nano, the two RP SMA antennas, and then the USB Y cable on the inside. Statement of conditions, just toss that to the side. So here is the device itself. and this thing is super, super hot. So there's the reset button right there on the bottom. We have antenna port 1, antenna port 2. Here's the micro SD slot. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Micro SD slot, the USB 2.0, and then the expansion, or rather the, I'm sure this is where the Y cable goes. All right, so let's take a look and see what else is in the box. So we have the Y cable, and then we have the 2 antennas. So this device is definitely one of the best devices that they make. It allows you to create rogue access points, do man-in-the-middle type of hacking, grab people's credentials, so on and so forth. Let's see if this connects. Screws on nice and easy. Antenna 1. Again, this is super smooth. Really nice setup. Nice and easy. You set that up in a Starbucks, and you can pretty much go crazy. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look at this bad boy. But this has got to be one of the best hacking tools that you could possibly find out there, especially for wireless hacking. All right, let's get into the next one.
The LAN Turtle is a covert tool for getting shells. Hidden inside this normal-looking USB Ethernet adapter is a chip that runs open-source Turtle modules. And these modules do everything from maintaining remote access to performing man-in-the-middle attacks and scanning networks. Setting up the LAN Turtle is simple. The graphical shell guides you through the whole process. And the LAN Turtle is set and forget, so once you've configured it to your liking, just drop it on a network and it'll run those modules. Since it's a smart USB Ethernet adapter, you can plug it in between a computer and an Ethernet cable as usual. And now, poised as a man in the middle, you can sniff up interesting network traffic or poison DNS, redirecting websites to the IP address of your choosing. And since it's USB powered, it can be dropped on the LAN with any regular USB charger or battery pack. Best of all, the LAN Turtle is completely customizable to your needs using the free open source Turtle modules. Need a persistent reverse shell on a network? Try AutoSSH. Want to integrate with Metasploit and pivot through the network? Well, use Meterpreter. Need to access every node on the LAN from wherever you are? OpenVPN will act as a site-to-site gateway, so whatever the LAN Turtle can see, so can you from afar. The LAN Turtle is great for penetration testers, systems administrators, and tech enthusiasts. And if you're looking for more modules, there's an entire download center to install more for free right from the LAN Turtle. Learn more and get your LAN Turtle now.
All right, next up, guys, we have the LAN Turtle. And I love the packaging, the colors on these things. So they have green for the LAN Turtle, red for the Bash Bunny, and blue for the Rubber Ducky. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, LAN Turtle. So the LAN Turtle is a covert system administration tool and pen testing test tool. Provides stealth remote access, network intelligence gathering, and it acts as a man-in-the-middle monitoring. Supports OpenVPN, SSH, Meterpreter, and from the website you can actually hook it up into Metasploit. Does remote rogue access management, DNS spoofing. This thing is pretty serious. You connect this up to a landline. Yeah, here you go. Landline into the Turtle, into the PC, and away you go. You're pretty much connected. Now, I'm sure it's not that easy, but or everyone would be doing it, but still, definitely something to play around with and start looking at. So, really nice, small, discreet. Will definitely throw in the back of a desktop without anybody knowing that much. I mean, especially if you get a little Y cable and you drop it down the back side, you'll never even know it's there. Definitely that gray color will definitely hide itself on the back of a PC. And then RJ45. So again, this will just take over the NIC card that's already in there, and away you have it. I mean, at that point, you're now doing data capturing, man in the middle, and you're sniffing traffic like crazy, and then you're remoting in with any kind of setup that you put on here. They have what they call Turtle modules, and definitely talk about that a little bit more later. All right, let's check out the next super tech item for pen testing.
The USB Rubber Ducky is a keystroke injection tool with a simple scripting language. That means computers see it as an ordinary keyboard, but hidden inside is a little robot that types your payloads at superhuman speeds. You can easily generate payloads to inject binaries into the command line, pop reverse shells, silently exfiltrate data, brute force pin codes. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The USB Rubber Ducky turns seconds of physical access into full penetration. Computers inherently trust keyboards. Computers trust the USB Rubber Ducky.
All right, so the beautiful blue USB Rubber Ducky looks like a thumb drive, types like a keyboard. Now this thing is one of the fun ones to play with. Hack your friends, hack people at work. Pretty much do all kinds of stuff with this thing. So the USB Rubber Ducky is a keystroke injection tool disguised as a generic flash drive. Computers recognize it as a regular keyboard and accept pre-programmed keystroke payloads at over 1,000 words per minute. 1,000 words per minute. Are you freaking kidding me? So set up, instant payloads on this thing, just drop it on somebody's machine. Even if it's locked, it's gonna act as a keyboard and still process data in the background. Payloads are crafted using a simple scripting language. They can be dropped using reverse shells or dropped with reverse shells, injection binaries, brute force pin codes, and many other automated functions for the penetration tester and system administrator. Yeah, okay, this is some fun stuff. Let's see what they have in here. So again, a nice little card. US Rubber Ducky, looks like a thumb drive, but types like a keyboard. All right, so we have write, encode, load, and deploy. Pretty much straightforward, and start breaking into everybody's machine and start launching all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. I can't wait to play with all this stuff. So this thing has a handful of different pieces to it, and let's start breaking this open here. Where's my trusty unpacking knife? Make life easier. So they got all kinds of pieces to this thing. Let's see. Alright. And last is the chip itself. Be super careful, super tiny. Alright, let's throw this to the side. Close the knife before I hurt myself. Alright, so what we have here is the case. Plastic case around the thumb drive.
Are you scared?
Nice easy shell, everything just snaps together. We have the chip itself. So this comes with, let's see what it comes with. Let's say, what size this thing is. So 128 megs, interesting. That is definitely tiny, but not for text. So, and we'll see what other size micro SDs this thing supports, because I have ones that are at actually about 128 gigs. So that'd be nice to see if it supports that. Little reset button on the bottom or on the top, however you look at it. The USB connector. Looks like it would just go in this shell somehow. Sorry, that way. And that's what it would look like after the fact. So this is the casing on top. So this would slide into that little circle grommet right there. On the other side as well, this is a nice little cover. It'll look just like a standard USB device. Here they have, it looks like a reader. Yes, it is. So you slide that out, throw the micro in here, throw that in your programming computer, so that you're not running payloads against yourself. and then take the card out, throw it back in here, and then here's a looks like a USB connector to micro. I'm assuming that you can use this on other devices like phones, but I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out as well. Super, super cool. Okay, on to the next.
The Bash Bunny by Hak5 is the world's most advanced USB attack platform. It opens up attack surfaces that weren't possible before in one single device. Penetration testing attacks and IT automation tasks are delivered in seconds with the Bash Bunny. By emulating combinations of trusted USB devices like gigabit Ethernet, serial, flash storage, and keyboards, computers are tricked into divulging data, exfiltrating documents, installing backdoors, and many more exploits. It features a simple scripting language that you can write in any text editor, like Notepad. The growing collection of payloads are hosted in a single library, so finding the right attack is quick and easy. Setting up Bash Bunny attacks is just a matter of flipping the switch to arming mode and copying the payload file. It's the same as you would any ordinary flash drive. It's literally that convenient. Carrying multiple payloads and getting feedback on each attack is effortless. Slide the switch to your payload of choice, plug the Bash Bunny into the victim computer, and watch the multicolor LED. With a quad-core CPU and desktop-class SSD, it goes from plug to pwn in 7 seconds. Plus, the Bash Bunny is a full-featured Linux box, with shell access from a dedicated serial console, so all of the penetration testing tools you've come to know and love are keystrokes away. With the Bash Bunny, compromising a system is as quick and easy as hopping on a box.
Alright guys, another device like the Rubber Ducky is the Bash Bunny. Except this is the big brother or the big daddy, however you want to describe it. This thing is a simple and powerful multifunction USB attack. It automates platforms for penetration testers and system administrators. Easy to set up and deploy. Simple bunny script language. Payload selection switch. Centralized payload repository. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So it has the HID keyboard injection attacks, USB Ethernet, so it brings up its own network attacks. Bring your own network attacks, and mass storage. This thing has a Linux operating system built on, and it boots in less than 7 seconds. So at that point, there's nothing you can't do with this device. All right, let's take a look on the inside. All right, nothing else in there. I think I'm always throwing this in the outside. All right, so now again, this looks like a standard thumb drive. Here's the switch. It has 3 clicks to it, so it seems like there's 3 different positions for it to be put in. You can actually put a little lanyard, you know, a little cable around there to throw it on, you know, whatever your bag or keychain or whatever, and standard USB-A. This thing is definitely tiny. Now, however, because of that thickness right there, some devices, if you wanted to throw this on a laptop, some of the new thin laptops, anything like that, you know, this is definitely a little clunky. So what they do is they actually give you a USB extension. This way you can slide it in and just have this dangling off the side, and it'll fit on anything. So definitely want to carry that around with you. Here they go through statement of conditions. You know, don't get yourself into trouble while hacking. Congratulations on your new Bash Bunny. Go take a look at the setup guide. Wealth of knowledge on the internet, as we all know. So definitely fun tools. I'm gonna throw all of these in the new field penetration kit bag, and we'll take a look at how that is set up as well. All right, guys, so there we have it. We have the Everywhere Zero Grid field kit with the Hak5 tech. So the Wi-Fi Pineapple, the Bash Bunny, the LAN Turtle, and the USB Rubber Ducky. let the pen testing begin. So let's just show it real quick in the case. It's still super slim, everything fits perfectly. They have this nice knot on the end, this paracord. This thing is really nice, opens up with ease. I set it up so that it had the device labels, so they're little cards on each side so you can see what's connected. So here you have the 2 antennas and the NANO device. You flip this over, again in the 0 grid. This card says this is the LAN Turtle, you know immediately, and this thing is super secure. I mean, you go in and out of these little elastic grid, you know, sleeves, and this thing definitely stays on. It isn't going anywhere. So here's the LAN Turtle, this little zipper case in the front, or in the middle rather. I threw just the USB cords in there, but you could throw them anywhere in the grid if you wanted to. Zip that up. And then on the other side I have the USB Rubber Ducky. This one now has a assembled USB Rubber Ducky, and this thing looks like just a standard USB drive, except this is going to have my payloads on it, and it's just going to pretty much hack the hell out of anything. So I can't wait to start testing that out. And again, you just throw this in into these elastic bands, and it's on there. It isn't going anywhere. The other connectors for that as well, and then on the end we have the Bash Bunny and the Bash Bunny device in its own grid compartment, and again just closes up, zips up, and away you have it. And there we are with our excuse me, with our Hak5 field kit. Alright guys, so we're gonna get hacking soon, start learning how to use all this stuff. If you have any questions, comments, you have any new tech ideas for penetration testing, please put them in the comments below. And if you want to see any new things on groundbreaking gear, please put them in the comments below as well. And please subscribe. Thanks a lot guys, and enjoy.